Hello everyone. So I am making a series of video regarding how you will do the J1 Waiver process, or we call it NORI, right? So there are different category for getting uh, waiver process or NORI. So here today I am explaining the how you will do the waiver process things if you have returned India from USA and still you want to do the NORI as well as the J1 waiver, right? So I think this video will help you. Thank you for watching. So similarly here I will give you the some flow chart how you will do the how you process will occur, right? So what are the stages are required, so everything I will explain one by one. So as you can see, right, so there are three different category for waiver, getting waiver, right? So let's say it's three. I will say it's like a three scenario, right? So in the first scenario, if you are still in the USA and working on J1 and want to do the waiver thing, that, right, through the your Indian embassy in USA, as well as if you and in the second scenario, if you have returned to India, want to apply for the waiver process in USA, then you can do using your Ministry of External Affairs in New Delhi. And third scenario is, let's say if you are currently staying in a third country apart from USA and India, then you can also apply through your local Indian embassy or mission, right? So in this video I will go to the second scenario. Let's say in a case the person who has returned to India, formation, right? So for all types, you have to do like a three-stage work. Like in the first stage, you have to get attestation or notarization of your documents, and then in the second stage, you have to take no objection from the three different office: MHRD, Home Department, State, and as well as the Regional Passport Office. And after getting no objection from all these three, then you can apply for in stage three, like for final J1 waiver certificate at USA, right? So in a stage one, since kindly note that this is the information only for the candidate who has returned to India and wants to apply for waiver from India, right? So first you have to get download the biodata and affidavit template. So I have provided you the link. You can see this MEA link. From there you can get template for biodata and affidavit. So you have to fill the form and take print out, sign, and you have to get print these things on a 100 rupees non-judiciary stamp paper, and you have to notarize by the Indian notary, right? And I think 4 copies will be required for your each biodata and affidavit, right? So you have to be prepared, right? And so here this is the specific link to download the NORI biodata form performer as well as the affidavit, right? I will also share in the comment section those links, right? So here there's a one very important information regarding notarization attestation, right? So if you will read this and then you can see I have just quoted from the website. Let's say in case the applicant is applying from India, then you know attestation is not required from the passport embassy or anything, right? Or Ministry of External Affairs. So only notarized copy of your biodata and affidavit will work, right? So this quote I have taken from the following link I have provided. So it means if you are applying from India, you need to be notarized those documents rather than attestation. So you will save time as well as the money, right? Since if you are applying from India, okay. So but let's say if you are still wants to do that station, is not required, but if you want to still do that, you can check the those links. There are 3 4 way to do the attestation from the Ministry of External Affairs. Then so now I am going to explain about the stage 2, right? So since you have to again this stage 2 will valid for all scenario, right? Either you are in the USA or you in India or in third country. So you have to take this no objection from the department like Ministry of HRD as well as the regional passport office and home department of your state, right? Kindly note that this NORI, website from the MHRD has changed. Earlier link was different. Now this is the new link, and you have to apply through this link, right? So, and these are the following documents will be required, as you can read: cover letter, biodata, and affidavit notarized. One, you have to scan it and upload it. Passport, visa, J1 and J2, all the DS219 forms, whether it's expired or currently valid. So you have to upload all one, and educational academic certificate after 10 plus 2, right? Then proof of current residence, and this address must match the one provided in the biodata and affidavit. Then, so this is the how they do process, like it's like a reviewed monthly, then you it takes like a 1 or 2 months, right? And there will be confirmation later will be provided through the email, and you can also download from your NORI website, right? And then this is the regional passport office center. So in the second stage, B, you can see the same documents, another set of documents you have to provide and send to the by speed post to the regional passport office to get no objection from them, right? Let's say if you are curious about how to you will get the address of your local passport office, then I have provided the link this from there. If you will click on this passport office and then passport office in India, then you will get this cities, and based on your state and the nearby city, from the available web page, you can send your documents hard copy to the regional passport centers, right? So this is how you will get the address. Let's say if you are from Ahmedabad, so you have to click here on Ahmedabad, and you will get there will be another web page will open, and from them here you will click on contact us, then go to the navigate to passport to, and then to the regional passport officer. So you will get this following kind of address, right? So kindly note that it is not only Ahmedabad. So wherever you are staying in India, you have to choose by yourself corresponding city, right? Now, so these are the some information like how you will do. You have to send your documents by speed post only, and then how they will process, they will contact the person, usually like your parent or guardian, at your address, and then they will ask to provide the court affidavit for no objection, right? And a lot of people had asked me like what should be the content of those court affidavit. Usually these are the standard format which are you will get on your local judicial centers, right? So mostly contents are like, okay, my son or daughter have taken not taken any loan, if they are willing to stay in USA, I will have no problem, kind of things they'll have to mentioning those things, right? So after receiving the clearance from the district official, the passport office will send the no objection certificate to the consulate office USA as well as your email, right? So here I have just then it takes like a 8 to 12 weeks, right? Again, so I will suggest process your all stage 2 clearance parallelly to save your time, right? So then another set of documents you have to send hard copy to the home department of the state, right? These are the documents, similarly. And then same thing they will do, they will contact your parent and they will ask to provide them to court affidavit, and then district magistrate will send recommendation to the passport office in your home department, and then they will uh, you know issue a certificate, no objection certificate, right? And they will send to the CPB division, since you are applying from India, so they will send it to the CPB division, Ministry of External Affairs, New Delhi, as well as in your email, or sometimes they send also hard copy, right? It takes 12 to 12 16 weeks. So tips: visit yourself or send someone regularly to query, or you just ask some peons about, okay, what is the current stage, so, or some clerk, so they will give you some recent update, because it's just like a sort of blind pseudo blind process. You never know at which stage your documents are, so, right? So I will recommend visit regularly and contact the person there, in DM office. So they will clearance you will receive this kind of things like from passport office as well as the home department, right? So this is the clearance we had received. So now once you get no objection from the all three department like MHRD, passport office and department of home state, then you have to be ready for the stage 3. This is the final stage, right? So here like it's a, like a again I'm telling you it's a, like a parallel process. So first you have to you know mm, apply for J1 visa waiver online in the US Department of State website, and then send a hard copy of the supporting documents to them, as well as you have to take one page from this your generated document from the US Department of State, we call it DS3035, and you have to send that copy to the your CPB division, Ministry of External Affairs, New Delhi, right? And it's a very lengthy process. You have to take like sometimes 3 to 4 months from here, right? So here, so how you will start proceeding? So first you have to go to this link, right? I am just highlighting the link again so that you will be able to see. And from there you can see as you can read on from department of US Department of State website, complete an online application for J1 that come. Then if you already have completed, then you can check the status, everything, right? So you have to go to the complete an online application. So it's a basically it's a, like a DS3035 form filling, right? So here, so these are the following tasks you have to do, like after you have to fill the for your DS3035 online, what I told you on previous on this page, right? And then you have to download it and then mail your waiver application and fee payment. So there is a fee, like you have to pay $120 to the US Department of State. So these are the how you will pay, like either you can use uh, you know submit a check or money order, right? So these things should be written there. Okay, so kindly note that since you are applying from India, so maybe you need to contact your bank how they can issue a check or money order which should be payable at USA in dollar, right? And then also submit supporting documents, task 3, and the important website I had mentioned here. You can check the content, everything. While you will be filling the DS3035 form, you will be requiring to submit one statement of origin. So this is the one template, right? You can use that, or you can make statement of origin by according to your work, and then you can you have to upload it. So be ready, be prepared, while you are applying 3035 filling this form, right? Then some important fee information about fee payment. Since you are I assume you are in India and you are applying for waiver process, right? So it should be like a must be from a bank or institution in the United States, as its website says, and payable to the US Department of State. If you are outside the United States, you may pay the fee with an international money order or foreign draft from a US institution in US currency, usually dollar, and payable to the US Department of State. So my advice will be to visit any reputed local bank like SBI, ICICI, and ask them to issue a draft from their US subsidiary. So it will be the most easiest way for them, and they can issue a one money order or draft for you, and then submit these things with your application, and you have to send um, to the address. I will show you how you will and also there are no additional fee for any dependent if you are J2. Since you are in a J1, so obviously J2 will also need waiver, but they don't need to do the separate things. You just have to mention the detail of your dependents who had 2-year rule. So they it so the approved letter will also work for them, right? So how you will mail? So your completed online application form, legible copy of every and all DS2019, copy of passport, start and last pages. If you have renewed your passport, you have to also attach older one and new one both. Two self-addressed stamped US legal size envelope, as well as the application fee. and there are two mailing addresses there, so depending on how you are sending your documents. So if you are using Indian Post, then you can use postal service. If you are using some private DTS service, like, so you have to do the courier things, right? So these are the address. Okay, so here, some important information, like, so obtaining sometimes US legal size envelopes are difficult, right? In, let's say, for in India, you can get these envelopes either through sometimes from Amazon, or you can also ask if your friends still in USA, they can send those envelopes to you, multiple copy, numbers of envelopes to you, so that you can use them. As well as also you will be requiring postal stamps, since two self stamped envelopes are required, because you will get your waiver certificate using your self addressed stamp envelopes, right? So again, it is very difficult to obtain in your home country. Let's say, for example, if you are in India and you are looking for US postal stamps, it is very difficult to get those. So same thing you can do, like, either sometimes I have seen that in Amazon sells those, so you can also get from there, or ask your friend to send from USA, right? Or let's say if you are still in USA and you are willing to go you India and apply from there, so I will suggest you to buy like at least for $100 US stamp, so that for future purpose it will help you, right? Then let's say now you can check the what will be the your stamp value, since you are sending your document from international, right? So this link will help you to estimate your weight, stamp value. So advice, it is recommended to put at least $35 or more on each envelope to be safe, right? So I will give you like a more or less a $40. You can since two you are using two envelopes, I will recommend use $40 postal stamps on each envelope, paste it and sell it, should be the self addressed envelopes, right? So because those department of US, they will not do anything, so the whenever they will issue or approve your case, they will send that document through your envelope, right? Okay, so and same thing, let's say once you done with your US Department of State work, then you have to take another, I told you, one page from the DS3035 filled copy, right? And then you have to provide those copy and send this waiver certificate, application form. You can get it from this website, right? And you have to send NORI waiver certificate, as well as the all clearance you received from the stage 2, and then along with the copy of the valid visa, everything I told you here, and third party barcode page. It is very important because the Ministry of External Affairs will know you have applied already for waiver in US Department of State, so that number barcode will be same, right? So this will be very helpful for them to send your recommendation to the US Department of State directly, because US Department of State never takes recommendation from you or any third party, so they will always take from the main embassy of India in Washington, right? So this is very important, you never miss this page, otherwise you will, your process will get stuck, right? So again, so see, it's the best part from if you're applying from India, so there's no fee for the applicant. But if you could have like a in USA, you have to pay like around $70 to get this, recommendation from the uh, Indian government, right? So as you can see here, once they will approve, they will issue a waiver certificate and forward it to the Embassy of India in Washington DC for onward transmission to the US Immigration Authority. Means, so the Department of Ministry of External Affairs will send your waiver certificate to the Embassy of India in Washington DC, and then Washington DC Indian Embassy will send that document, forward it to the US Department of State, right? And they will also send a one copy to you at your address, right? So don't confuse with that, it is only for your record. Okay, you got your waiver certificate from the Ministry of External Affairs, and now they are processing, US Department of Home State will process your application. Right. So these kind of things, waiver certificate, you will get. So they will send you this recommendation to you as well. And then next processing step, as you can see, so that original waiver certificate will be forwarded by the Consulate of India, Washington DC, to the Department of State, and then Department of State, once they will receive this document, then they will start your process, application processing things. So you can always check the status right here, using this link, and I will suggest you check regularly, weekly at least, so that if, let's say, any additional document is required from the US Department of State, you can provide, right? So you should be always vigilant on these things, because it's a since very time taking process, and anything wrong, it will like a, you know jeopardize your process, and it will, it will be very lengthy then, right? So final step, what will happen, so they will send the recommendation, the one notice, and see. So this is the link, where you can see the status, everything, no relationship statement, region, passport data page, fee, everything. And then this is the pen, it will show first you the Department of State advisory opinion finding pending. So after getting, everything, then they will process it, and once, let's say, if you are like get favorable recommendation, they will, it will show on your this link web page, right? So using your case number, you can always check the status, right? So this kind of things, you will get here. You can see the current processing time 4 weeks from once you, receive this one information that okay, your it has been approved. And again, after final to get, getting notification of the your quiz was received and processing and getting approval, it takes like a 3 weeks, right? So this will be the final, waiver certificate you will receive, right? And this waiver certificate, is also applicable for any dependent who was associated with you, but citing that you had already mentioned those dependents on while you were filling TS 3035. Right. So as you can see here, if you are applying from India, you are saving some money, and there are some little bit changes are there, right? So more or less. So I hope you will be able to apply your waiver thing, and you will get, J1 waiver. So thank you watching for this video. Thank you very much.